Beloved souls, if these words reach you on October 16th or 17th, understand this: you did not arrive here by mistake. Nothing about this moment is random. It is the unfolding of divine mathematics, a sequence of invisible alignments that brought you to the exact sentence your soul needed. You are reading this because your higher self arranged the meeting, your angels cleared the path, and the universe moved time itself so you would remember what you have always known. Today marks the beginning of your recognition, the quiet realization that you were never lost, only preparing to be found. Before we go further, take a deep breath and ground yourself. Feel your heartbeat as a confirmation that you are still chosen, still guided, still part of something sacred. And if what you read here stirs something ancient within you, that soft tremor of, "I know this," then honor it. Subscribe to the channel so the messages meant for your spirit continue to reach you when the time is right. And go to the comments, write 999, your manifestation code, a digital seal to signal the universe that you are ready for what has been written with your name on it. That number is more than a symbol. It is the vibration of completion, the sound of destiny turning its page. These 2 days, Thursday and Friday, hold a strange stillness in the air, the kind that feels like standing between breaths. You might notice how the world seems quieter, yet charged, as though something vast is listening. That is because the veils between dimensions are thin, and divine communication becomes clear for those who are attuned. You may receive your answers through ordinary things, a conversation, a song, a line you read twice without knowing why. That is how higher guidance speaks, not through thunder, but through repetition, rhythm, and resonance. Thursday, October 16th, is the day of recognition. You will begin to see patterns that once felt heavy now make sense. What was chaos will start to look like choreography. The situations that used to break you will appear as bridges. You are being asked to pause and acknowledge how far you have come, to let gratitude replace exhaustion. Do something simple yet sacred. Clean a small corner of your home, light a candle, speak softly to your reflection. These gestures invite divine energy to settle and organize your space, both physical and spiritual. Friday, October 17th, is the day of release and renewal. It carries the frequency of completion. It whispers, "You have done enough. You have learned enough. You can rest now and let the new begin." You may feel drawn to slow down, to step away from noise, to sit near light, morning sunlight, a lamp, or even the glow of prayer. The elders used to say that on Fridays, heaven leans closer to listen. So speak with honesty. Forgive what still echoes from the past. Bless what is leaving, and thank what is arriving. You do not need to fight for alignment anymore. You have become alignment itself. For those who have carried long cycles of hardship, repeating lessons, familiar disappointments, the same emotional storms returning in new disguises, these days mark the end of repetition. The loop is closing. The wheel has stopped. The energy that once kept you bound has lost permission to continue. You will feel it first as relief, then as peace, then as quiet readiness. Trust that sensation. It is the sign of your graduation. You are stepping out of karmic weight and into spiritual authority. Remember this: the universe does not test you to see if you can suffer. It refines you to see if you can shine without apology. Every fall you survived was a rehearsal for strength. Every unanswered prayer was an invitation to patience. Every delay was divine choreography. Now, as the days unfold, notice how the small things align. A message arriving at the right moment, a person crossing your path, a sudden sense of knowing what to do next. That is your confirmation. That is the proof that you are in rhythm with divine timing. By the time the sun sets on Friday, a new sequence begins. The work of these days is simple yet profound. Stay awake, stay grateful, and stay open. Let October 16th and 17th be remembered as the days you stopped searching and started recognizing. You are not waiting for destiny. You are living it. You are not hoping for light. You are the light. The universe is no longer preparing you, it is responding to you. Welcome to your transformation, chosen one. The next chapter has already started. The night passed quietly, but something irreversible occurred in the silence. A curtain moved inside the unseen world. You may not recall a dream, yet you awoke knowing that an invisible door has opened somewhere in your life. The air feels lighter, the familiar worries oddly distant, as if they belong to a different lifetime. This is not imagination. This is what awakening feels like when it settles into ordinary hours. Calm that doesn't need explanation, peace that doesn't demand witnesses. When you rise, do so slowly. Let the morning light rest on your face. Let it bless you before you speak. The universe is listening for your first words today, because every word now carries weight. You are vibrating in new language, and creation hears you clearly. Breathe with intention. Breathe as if the air itself were an answer to prayer. You have stepped into alignment, and your task is simple. Stay there. Some of you will notice small rearrangements in your world. A message arrives earlier than expected. A plan dissolves without resistance. A memory softens its hold. These are confirmations. The energy that used to keep you bound has lost authority. What remains is choice. You no longer react from fear. You respond from wisdom. And in that difference lies your liberation. As the day unfolds, people may come and go in surprising rhythm. Old names might appear on your screen while others drift into silence. Allow it. Life is balancing its equation. Not everyone can breathe at your new altitude. Some will be magnetized to your clarity. Others will quietly step back. Both movements are blessings. The mature soul understands that love does not require proximity. It only asks for truth. If you find yourself drawn to solitude, don't resist. Solitude is the temple where divine instruction is given in plain sentences. Make something ordinary sacred, a cup of coffee, a walk without your phone, the act of opening a window. When done with awareness, these gestures become rituals of grounding. The older spirit learns that holiness hides inside simplicity. During Friday evening, reflect but do not analyze. Review the week, not to judge it, but to recognize the thread of purpose running through every scene. See how each delay carried direction, how each detour protected you. This recognition transforms memory into wisdom. It turns history into light. The weight you once called burden now reveals itself as training for gentleness. As you move towards Saturday morning, a quiet momentum builds beneath your calm. The body may feel tired, but the soul is alert. You are being prepared for acceleration. Rest, hydrate, listen to music that feels like sunrise. Avoid unnecessary conversation. Let silence polish you. The universe cannot deliver new instructions into a crowded mind. You might notice numbers, symbols, coincidences repeating, license plates, times, melodies. Don't overthink them. They are not puzzles to solve. They are signatures of reassurance. Each sign whispers the same sentence: you are on time. If emotion rises unexpectedly today, tears, laughter, sudden nostalgia, let it pass through without resistance. These are the last echoes of what no longer belongs. Healing is not always loud. Sometimes it's the sound of nothing pulling on you anymore. By nightfall, gratitude will come naturally. You won't need to force it. It will bloom like breath. When you lie down, place your hand over your heart and say softly, "I receive this new peace fully." With those words, heaven understands that you have accepted your new frequency. Remember this truth as the day closes. Transformation is not an event, it's a settling. You are not waiting for a miracle, you have already become one. The work now is gentle maintenance, to live as the person you prayed to become. Let Friday teach you stillness, let Saturday teach you trust. These are the quiet instructions of the morning after the shift. By the time Saturday morning light filters through your curtains, the world feels strangely new. Not because the sky changed, but because you did. Something invisible in you has realigned. The noise that used to dominate your mind now feels far away, like waves breaking on a distant shore. You wake with quiet understanding. The chaos was never outside of you. It was always the sound of transformation happening within. The first of the 7 truths reveals itself gently, without ceremony. You were never broken. You were becoming. Every season that seemed to destroy you was actually sculpting you. Every fall was an initiation. Every disappointment was a redirection written by grace. There was never anything wrong with you. There was only growth unfolding in imperfect rhythm. The universe does not waste suffering. It recycles it into wisdom. Let that truth settle. You have spent years thinking that healing meant fixing, that spirituality meant mending what was fractured. But healing was never repair. It was remembrance. You are not a cracked vessel waiting for glue. You are light rediscovering how to shine through human form. The scars you carry are not evidence of damage. They are the calligraphy of endurance. They mark the places where light entered and decided to stay. Spend this Saturday living slowly. Eat with awareness. Listen to the sounds of your home, the hum of electricity, the rhythm of your breath. Every ordinary vibration is sacred now because your consciousness has expanded enough to notice. The older soul learns that enlightenment is not escape, it is attention. Heaven is found not in the clouds, but in the clarity of the present moment. You might feel the urge to tidy, to walk, to write, to reconnect with small joys. Follow that impulse. Creation speaks through movement. When you clean your kitchen, you are symbolically sweeping timelines. When you step outside, you are declaring that your story continues. When you write, you are translating energy into language. Everything you do consciously this weekend becomes prayer. And yet you may also feel waves of emotion surface without warning. Grief, nostalgia, sudden softness toward people you thought you'd forgotten. That's how energy leaves the body. Don't analyze it. Let it pass through. Forgiveness is not approval, it's release. As you forgive others, you free yourself from the gravity of old narratives. Remember, the first truth insists that nothing about your pain disqualified you. It refined you. Sunday morning arrives with a subtle clarity. You might notice how sunlight feels warmer, how music moves differently through you. That's integration. The new frequency has anchored itself in your cells. Today, speak less and listen more. The world will echo what you've become. Birds, footsteps, laughter, all of it mirrors your vibration now. When people meet your eyes, they will sense something new, peace that doesn't need explanation. This is the moment to reintroduce yourself to life, not the life built from striving, but the life shaped by trust. Do small acts of beauty. Write a message to someone who once helped you. Plant something. Cook slowly. Bless the food before you eat. These gestures weave your spiritual awakening into the fabric of daily living. The divine loves practicality. Heaven manifests best through hands that still wash dishes and hearts that still forgive. As evening approaches, look back at who you were only a week ago. You'll see how far you've traveled without moving a step. Awareness itself has changed the landscape. The doubts that once haunted you now seem like childhood fears. The future no longer feels like a question mark, but an open horizon. You are remembering that life is not happening to you, it's happening through you. The first truth stands as foundation for everything that follows. You were never broken. You are being rebuilt for higher use. The Creator has never seen you as incomplete, only unfinished. What looked like endings were renovations. What felt like loss was divine editing. The masterpiece was hidden inside you the whole time. When the light of Sunday afternoon begins to soften, something within you feels equally gentle. The rush to become fades. The need to prove disappears. The world is quieter, not because it changed, but because you've tuned yourself to a more peaceful frequency. It is here, in this calm, that the next revelations arrive. The second truth: what you seek has been seeking you all along. Every desire that has ever burned inside you was not random. It was a conversation begun by creation itself. The longing in your chest was never emptiness. It was echo. Each time you dreamed, hoped, or reached for something beyond your current circumstances, it was not ambition speaking. It was memory. Your soul remembered a version of you that already lives in that reality and was calling you home. Take this in quietly. The love you crave also prays for you. The opportunity you imagine imagines you back. The peace you're chasing is already waiting in the same room, asking you to stop running long enough to notice. There are no missed chances for the aligned heart, only divine choreography. Every no you received was a redirection toward the exact yes written for your name. Today, as you walk or rest or simply exist, feel the world searching for you in return. The tree leans toward you as you pass. The breeze adjusts its path to meet your face. Existence itself is collaborative. When you stop grasping, things begin arriving. When you stop demanding, blessings start recognizing your signal. The magnetic field of grace never ignores one who finally stands still in truth. This is why patience is power. The elders used to say that time obeys the surrendered heart. You are not waiting on the universe. The universe is waiting for your stillness to settle enough that what belongs to you can locate you. The second truth teaches that attraction is not magic, it's alignment. Now the air begins to change again. Evening leans closer and the light turns golden. You sense another layer unfolding. This is the arrival of the third truth. Nothing is wasted. Look back, not with regret, but with reverence. Every mistake, every delay, every heartbreak you once labeled as failure was secretly architecture. Even the detours were sacred geography leading you here. The universe wastes nothing, not pain, not tears, not time. What looked like wandering was the map being drawn. You will begin to see patterns inside your own story. How loss trained your empathy. How scarcity sharpened your creativity. How solitude carved space for depth. Nothing was punishment. It was preparation. You were being seasoned for purpose the way fire tempers gold. The third truth asks you to stop resenting the furnace and start blessing the flame. Older souls understand this. They no longer ask, "Why did this happen to me?" They ask, "What did this teach me?" That simple shift in language turns suffering into seed. Every event that once drained you now becomes fuel. You start to see how the worst chapters gifted you the most permanent strength. As night falls on this sacred weekend, let these truths merge within you. Whisper them before you sleep. What I seek is seeking me. Nothing in my journey is wasted. Let those words echo through your breathing until they sink beneath thought. In that stillness, you'll feel a quiet warmth spreading through your chest, the energy of peace returning to its rightful place. The coming week will build upon these realizations. Doors will open more easily. Clarity will arrive in gentler ways. But tonight, don't reach for the future. Rest in the awareness that you are already inside divine timing. The wheel has turned, and you are aligned with its rhythm. The first truth freed you from brokenness. The second invited partnership with destiny. The third sanctified every step you took to reach this point. Together, they form a foundation solid enough to hold miracles. Morning arrives differently after revelation. The air feels tender, like a prayer half whispered but already answered. You wake without hurry. You sense that the work has moved from striving to settlement. The transformation no longer burns, it glows. What once required effort now flows with quiet grace. You are living proof that awakening is not escape from humanity, but the deep acceptance of it. The fourth truth. You are the vessel through which heaven experiences earth. Every ordinary gesture, pouring water, answering a message, tending to a loved one, is sacred when done consciously. The divine does not separate the spiritual from the simple. It hides itself inside routine, waiting for awareness to uncover it. From now on, live deliberately. When you speak, let kindness be the tone of your power. When you act, let intention be the fragrance of your movement. The awakened soul no longer seeks miracles, it becomes one. The fifth truth. Faith is action disguised as rest. To trust does not mean to stop. It means to move without tension. The older spirit learns that divine timing is not delay. It is choreography. You are not late, you are precise. The waiting you once cursed was incubation. When you stopped forcing outcomes, you allowed perfection to ripen. That is why doors open now with less noise. The universe loves steady hands. Continue your tasks calmly, read slowly, answer softly. Each patient gesture rewrites your timeline toward ease. The sixth truth. Love is the highest technology of creation. Every thought built from fear collapses on itself, but love sustains architecture across lifetimes. When you choose compassion, even silently, you alter magnetic fields. You don't have to fix the world. You only have to remain a point of steady light inside it. Love without performance. Offer presence instead of rescue. Understand that maturity is not indifference. It's radiant composure. The people meant for you will rise to meet that vibration. The seventh truth. You are already home. The journey was never about arrival. It was about remembering. The search ends not in new landscapes, but in new eyes. You stand where you've always been, yet everything looks brighter because you finally see through clarity instead of fear. The divine has never been far. It was breathing through your own lungs the entire time. Let that realization humble and uplift you simultaneously. There is nowhere to go now, only to be. As this final truth anchors, a deep peace settles in the body. You might feel warmth around your chest, a soft pulse behind the eyes, a sense that life is exhaling with you. That is completion. The circle has closed. You are living in rhythm with the intelligence that designed galaxies. What once felt miraculous now feels natural, and that is the real miracle. So stand tall in this new light, chosen one. Speak truth with tenderness. Walk slowly enough for beauty to keep pace with you. Bless what ends, praise what begins, and know that heaven records the steadiness of your heart more than the loudness of your declarations. This is not the conclusion. It is the continuation without fear. The portal of October 16th to 17th closes not with separation, but with integration. You are both student and teacher now, proof that alignment is possible. Breathe once more. Whisper the ancient seal. I am ready. I remember. I receive. And with that, the circle of 7 truths is complete. Welcome home, luminous, unbroken, awake.